Hello everyone. In this video, we will solve a few sums on HCF and LCM. Let's find HCF of 34 and 102. First we see that both are even numbers, so 2 must be a common factor. Let's take 2. 2 17s are 34 and 2 51s are. Now, these two are odd numbers, so 2 cannot be the factor. Let's see if 3 is a factor. 7 plus 1, 8. So 3 is not a factor. 5 plus 6, but we don't have a common factor. 3 as a common factor. What about 5? Even 5 is not a common factor. What about 7? 2 is not a common factor. We don't have a common factor 11. And the next prime number is 13. We don't have that common factor. And the next prime factor is 17. Do we see 17 as a factor? Yes, 17 3s are 51. So 17 is a common factor. So we find 17 1s are 17 here and 17 3s are 51. And now we do not have any common factor, so we stop here. And hence the HCF is, that is 34. Now let's revisit what we did. We first started with the lowest prime number, which is 2. We looked at these numbers and saw that 2 is a common factor. So we used 2 here. We got these two numbers. Now here we went from 2. We kept on going up and checked each prime number if it is a factor of both these numbers. 3, 5, 7, 11, 13. And then we reached 17, where we found that 17 was a common factor. And hence we took 17 here and then we did the division. Finally, the common prime factors which we got on this side, we used them to multiply and get our HCF. Now let's find LCM of these numbers. So the first, we'll start with 2. We get 17, 51. Then we know that we don't have any common factor up till 17, so we'll take 17, 3. Now in this, we don't want to do anything with 1, but we want to reduce 3 to 1. So we'll take the factor as 3, and then we get 1, 1. And therefore, the LCM is multiplication of these three factors here. 2 multiplied by 17 multiplied by 3, and that gives us 102. Did you observe something? Out of these two numbers, the smaller number is actually the HCF, and the bigger number out of these two is our LCM. We will talk about this scenario in our next video, where we are going to discuss some properties of HCF and LCM. Let's take next example. We'll take 70, 105 and 175. So we are going to take 3 numbers now. Till now we have only done HCF and LCM of 2 numbers. Now we are going to do for 3 numbers. First, let's see, is 2 common factor in all of them? No, we have 2 odd numbers, and hence 2 is not a common factor. So let's go to the next one. The next number is 3. Is 3 common factor? Here 7 plus 0, 7. 7 is not divisible by 3. So 3 is not factor of 70. So we will not check even for others. Then 5. Is 5 common factor? 5 is a factor of 70 because last digit is 0. Here also last digit 5, so 5 is a factor. Last digit 5, so 5 is a factor. And hence 5 is a common factor. We know 2, 3 are not common factors. 5 here, no, these two numbers, last digits are not 0 or 5, so 5 is not factor of these two numbers. So let's go to the next prime number, which is 7. 14, yes, it is in 7th table. 21, yes, it is in 7th table. 35, yes, of course, it is also in 7th table. So 7 is a common factor. Now these are all prime numbers, hence they will not have a common factor. So we have to stop here, and our HCF in this case is 5 multiplied by 7, which is 35. Let's find LCM. 2 is a factor here, so we'll start with 2. 2 is a factor here, so 235. These numbers will remain as it is. Now 2 is not factor of any of these numbers. So let's see 3. Is 3 a factor of this? No. Here, yes, 3 is a factor of 105. So let's take 3. So 3, 35, because 3 is not factor of 35, 35 comes down as it is. Now 3 35s are 105. And here is 3 factor? No. So 175 comes down as it is. Now we see 3 is not factor of these two, and 3 is not factor of this also. So we'll have to go to the next prime number, which is 5. 5 is still a factor of this number. So we'll continue with 5. Because 7 is not divisible by 5, 7 comes down as it is. And 5 7s are 35. And now we clearly see that 7 is a common factor. 7 1s are, 7 1s are, 7 1s are. We reached 1. So we stop here and we multiply these prime factors to get our LCM. So LCM is equal to, and that is equal to 7 5s are 35, 35, 3s are 105, and 5 2s are 10. So 105 into 10, which is 1050. That is our LCM. Let's do one more. Let's take 18, 54, and 81. So first, common factor. 2 even number, 1 odd number. So 2 cannot be common factor. Then let's look for 3. 3 is a factor of this because 8 plus 1 is 9. 5 plus 4 is 9. 8 plus 1 is 9. So 3 is a common factor. Three is still a factor. Here 2 is the smallest number, and 2, the factor of 2, the greatest factor of 2 can be 2. And because 2 cannot divide 9 completely, 2 is not factor of 9. And hence we cannot have any factor which is common between them. So HCF is equal to 3 into 3, and that is 9. Let's find LCM. Okay, so we'll start with 2 because 2 is a factor of these two. We'll take 2 here. 2 9s are 18. 2 27s are 54, and 81 comes down as it is because 81 cannot be completely divided by 2. Now here there is 2 is not factor of not even a single number. So we'll look at 3. Is 3 factor? Yes, 3 is a factor. And we have reached 1. So we need to multiply these to get our LCM. 3 3s are 9, 9 3s are 27, 27 3s are 81, 81 2s are 162. Let's do one more. 91, 112, and 49. So now here, common factor. I don't have 2 as a common factor because 2 odd numbers are there. 3, 9 plus 1, 10. 10 is not divisible by 3, so 3 is not common factor. 5, no, none of these numbers have last digit of as 0 or 5. So 5 is not a common factor. 7, 7, yes, 7 is a factor of this. 7 is the factor of this. Yes, 7 is factor of all of them. So now let's check which is the smallest number. 7. Is 7 factor of all of them? No, it is not. So we cannot go further. We know there is not going to be any factor which is going to be common. So our HCF in this case is 7. Now to find LCM, we do same thing. First, let's take 2 here because 2 is factor of one of them. 91 comes down as it is because 2 is not factor of 91. So here it is 56. Now again I see 2 is a factor. Now here I don't see 2 as a factor. Can I see 3? No. 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 is a factor. So 7 here, 13, 1, 7. 7 is one more time. 7 is a factor. 13 comes down as it is. 1, 1. And now the last one is 13 because 13 is a prime number. We will not have any other factor than 13. 13, 1, 1, 1. Now we have reached 1, 1, 1. So LCM (1, 0, 1, 9, 2).
I am sure you have liked the video. Hit the like button and leave your views in the comment section below. Do watch our other videos on this topic. Subscribe our channel and click the bell icon to get notifications whenever we upload new videos. You may also download the YouTube app at the link provided in the video description. Till we meet again, goodbye.